And welcome back to Hannity. Yesterday in New Hampshire, supporters of nanny Michael Bloomberg's Mayors Against Illegal Guns movement held a rally to honor recent victims of gun violence. But while a local newspaper reported on the arrest of a Second Amendment activist at the rally, they buried the lead, which was the fact that one of the Boston Marathon bombers was memorialized on the list of victims' names that was read aloud. Now, needless to say, most people were outraged that this radical Muslim terrorist and cop killer was included on the list of victims, and the Mayors of Illegal Guns group was forced to apologize. They released a statement earlier which read in part, quote, "He was absolutely not a victim. His name should have been deleted before the list was provided to a family member for reading, and his name should never have been read. It was a mistake. It should not have happened. We sincerely apologized." Here with reaction, Fox News contributor, a rare in-studio appearance. Welcome from the great state wherever you live, I won't say. How are you? For your own protection.
Well,
sorry about that.
Everyone knows it. It's burning Colorado, where it's ganja and
yeah, well, you know, pot's legal now.
No guns and yeah, right.
Oh, man. This is particularly frustrating.
Yeah.
Because this isn't a mistake. Why do I, in my gut, think this wasn't a mistake?
I think it's a good instinct. The Mayors Against Illegal Guns is a far-left radical group, and it's not out of question to think that many of these members actually have genuine sympathies for the likes of Tamerlan Tsarnaev. Now, it's really interesting how they backtracked. It's because conservatives who were reading carefully what this group is doing, this is part of a bus tour all across the country now. They're cranking it up. Speaking of Colorado, of course, it's because of Bloomberg's meddling in Colorado that we have fewer Second Amendment rights there now. And this group is now blaming liberal blogs from which they culled this list that had Tamerlan Tsarnaev. I think we need more background checks of Mayors Against Illegal Guns and fewer background checks against law-abiding people. How about a background check against this kind of stupidity?
You know, but Bloomberg's going to spend billions.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Do you think our Second Amendment rights are in jeopardy?
They certainly are. And let me point out that this group, of course, has a 501c4 arm to it, a social welfare organization that has special IRS tax treatment, never any scrutiny of the kinds of things that they've been doing, the lies that they spew, the smears that they have leveled against law-abiding gun owners. And he's spending, as you say, billions. Now, if this was a right-wing group, we'd hear all about it and sunshine and what about the donors and the darkness and where's the transparency, et cetera, et cetera.
Such a double standard. We just had Marco Rubio on the program. Conservatives, including myself, looked at this bill. We've all given it time to develop. I don't see the border security first. And all of us have said this from the beginning. Now, I'm told, I spoke to a number of people in Washington before I came on the show tonight. The announcement tomorrow is a doubling of agents, the building and completion of the fence, 700-plus miles, the technology, all of it, the E-Verify, entry-exit, that there's going to be, if people that overstay, they're going to close out those cases within 180 days. All of those things, I'm told, are going to be triggers before there's any legalization process. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
Yeah.
If that's the case, does that change things for you?
Of course not.
You know, tell people why.
Look. These are empty gestures. This is enforcement kabuki by desperate Democrats and Republicans who have been willing tools for the open borders lobby. And I've known it for a quarter of a century that I've been reporting on the detrimental effects of these mass illegal alien amnesties for the country. We made the first mistake in 1986, and we've made it dozens of times ever since. With every mass illegal alien amnesty that's been passed by Congress, there's only one result from it: more illegal immigration. And words, as Ted Cruz put it so well today on the Senate floor, words do not secure borders.
If, for example, the House is saying that they would bifurcate this, that is, secure the border completely first, and then deal with the 11 million people here illegally.
Yeah.
Would you be open to that if it was verified the border was completely secure, so that, in other words, we won't have a third, fourth, and fifth wave?
Well, I reject the premise of secure the border first. I hate these platitudes. It's secure the border, secure the border, period. Because the Constitution says, Article 4, Section 4, nobody ever talks about the Constitution anymore when we're talking about illegal immigration, that it is the duty of the federal government not only to provide for the common defense, but to secure the states against invasion. and they have failed and failed to do that job. And listen to the immigration enforcement agents themselves, who have warned the likes of Rubio and Ryan and all of these GOP tools for amnesty that this current administration has done everything in its power to sabotage immigration law. Why would you trust them one iota with a job that they will not do, that they refuse to do?
Our friends on Fox and Friends this morning had a report that there are al-Qaeda supporters, sympathizers crossing our border. I want that border secure.
Yeah.
And I think we've got to get it done.
Yeah.
For our national security.
Of course. And I've been reporting on OTMs, the other than Mexican category, that have been coming across the southern border since just after the September 11th terrorist attacks tirelessly. My message to these GOP amnesty people is, do you really, really want to be associated with the likes of this Teddy Kennedy Amnesty 2.0? All you need to do, and you had Chris Kobach on the show yesterday to talk about these zealots who have no interest in securing the border, deporting people who don't belong here, making sure that there's equity, fair treatment for not only law-abiding American citizens who are out of work, 11 million people who are here illegally, and by the way, that's a bogus number. I'm sure it's closer to 25 or 30 million now.
You really think so?
Yes. Okay, fine. I understand. Life is hard for you because many of them willingly broke our laws. But there are 23 million Americans and other law-abiding people who are here out of work. Let's put the priority on them first.
All right, Michelle Malkin, we need you back in studio more. Come by.
I know. I'm not a hologram. It's
all right,
it's
don't
really
forget
me.
our salute. Goodbye.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Michelle.